Hi everyone, today my name's Anna and I'll be talking about how to organize for a trip. Now, trips are really fun, a lot of people look forward to them, marked on our calendars for months in advance, but it can be stressful preparing for a trip. Today we'll go through some things that I think are helpful getting ready. So, first and foremost, I recommend really researching the place you're going, the weather and the landscape, and just the general area. Now, the reason why I recommend this is mostly due because of a few years ago I went to Italy and I did not realize that a lot of the streets were cobblestone. And I brought some fashionable shoes, not so much functional shoes, and it really impeded the first few days of the trip. I was in pain, I didn't really want to walk, we were walking a lot in general, so I ended up going and buying more functional shoes. So I think knowing your area really will help you. And as far as weather goes, I think that's a bit of a more obvious choice because you want to be comfortable in the weather. If it's cold, you'll bring warm clothes. If it's warm, you'll bring clothes that you'll feel cooler in. So, in a few weeks, I will be traveling to Miami, Florida, which I am so excited for. I've never been, and I am from Buffalo, so something I will not bring when I'm going is my winter coat. It's not something I'll really utilize while I'm there. I'll probably bring a lighter jacket just because of at night when it gets cold. I think that's something I would more use than my big, bulky winter jacket. Next, I think it's really important going along with that knowing what objects or clothing items you will and which ones you won't use. So, I think on vacation, a lot of people would tend to think to bring sunglasses. And I could bring sunglasses, but that wouldn't really make sense for me because I actually wear glasses just recording. It didn't really work out that well. So, I probably wouldn't really use sunglasses while I'm there. I could bring them, I could worry about having them and making sure they're safe packed and won't break, but realistically, I wouldn't wear them. I'd prefer to see with my glasses on than just wearing sunglasses. So I think sunglasses are something a lot of people would bring, but just for me, it's not a realistic option. So everyone is different. Everyone will have different things they want to bring. So I think it's really important to sit down and know what items you would utilize while you're there. Next, I think it's really important to note which size suitcase you will bring. Now, next to me, I have my very big suitcase that I actually brought to me with Italy, and I most likely will not bringing that one just because it's very big. And with bigger suitcases, I feel like I tend to overpack. I really have a need to feel like it is full, like I'm prepared. But with that feeling comes a sense of being overpacked. Now, overpacking isn't the best idea just because it will really impede your trip. You'll be worried about all the objects you have and not the fun you are having. I will most likely be bringing the smaller suitcase. It's more medium size and it's more realistic. With this suitcase, I tend to feel like I don't overpack and I still feel prepared, which I think is really important. And it's really important to sit down and be honest with yourself and realistic and know what you will and won't use because you don't want to have all this luggage around and literally be lugging it around. Next, I think it's very important to talk about if you're traveling with other people and to communicate with them. So, I actually will be traveling with a group of my friends, and whenever I travel with a group, I try to see if I can bring something and they can bring something else so we don't have to double up. An example of that is me being like, oh, hey, I'll bring shampoo and conditioner if you can bring body wash and toothpaste. I think that's just less to worry about, less to pack, and you'll just have a better trip overall. I also think going back to overpacking, it's very important that by the end of your trip, you don't accumulate a lot of souvenirs. Now, this can be really tough for a lot of people, and I'm definitely guilty of it. I love bringing back souvenirs for all my friends and families when I travel, but it's really important to not weigh yourself down like that and be worrying your entire trip about what you can and can't bring back, and especially flying, paying more, and just worrying about all of that. Another thing I think is really important is going back to knowing what you are doing. So, not only should you have clothes that you know you'll use, but they'll be suitable for the situations you'll be in. As I said previously, I was in Italy. I didn't have the best shoes. Luckily, I could buy shoes quite cheap there that did work for the situations I was in. But while I'm in Miami, I will be going to some parks with my friends and the beach. So I should have clothes for the beach and clothes for the parks, as in sneakers or something like that. I think it's also important in those two situations. I probably wouldn't wear a swimsuit while touring a park, if that makes sense, but I think it's important to have clothes that you can use in different situations. So maybe a top I could wear as a cover up and a top I could wear to the beach. I think that is all I have right now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Yeah, thank you.